Yo, what's good up YouTube? KilBu here, and some Infinite Warfare. Whew, gameplay? Crazy, I know, right? So in today's video, I'm going to talk about, in my personal opinion, why Infinite Warfare failed. Again, this is all going to be my opinion, my thoughts, and it's mainly going to be based on the multiplayer because, as you know, Call of Duty is a AAA title, and it's always usually based around the multiplayer. However, with myself, and I'm not sure about you guys, but I always play the campaign. And in retrospect, every single campaign besides Black Ops 1 and Infinite Warfare, I was not a fan of. Without being said, let's hop into why I think this game failed. So first of all, again, like I was saying, I'm mainly going to be talking about the multiplayer as this is what everybody pretty much focuses on. I mean, the campaign, yeah, you can do a little bit, try to get a few of the trophies, maybe play through it twice, but that's maybe like an 8-hour campaign. If you try to do it on veteran or the hardest difficulty, it might take you a bit longer, but ultimately it's only maybe like a weekend, not duration of over a few months like with multiplayer. And that's the reason why a lot of people like myself buy Call of Duty is for the multiplayer, to pub stomp, to grind, to prestige, to get those camos, to get some nice gameplays. And before I really get into it, I just want to again say Black Ops 1 campaign and Infinite Warfare had some of the best campaigns ever. But like I said, I'm only going to be focusing on the multiplayer and not the campaign. However, the campaign in this game was really good with Ethan, the robot, and just like the cinematic experience of it, and the just the fact, like a new take on it. You know, like in the future, Earth is running out of resources, and then people from another neighboring planet, they just, yeah, I thought it was a really interesting storyline. But anyway, that's enough of that. So with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, first of all, let's start with the beta. And I know this doesn't really have a lot to do with the game, but with the beta, I already got some kind of weird vibes. Just because of the fact that some of these camos were so plain and disgusting. The servers for the beta were terrible. I did play the Black Ops 3 beta, and I absolutely loved it, right? And Black Ops 3 is probably one of my all-time favorite games. But then, even with the finished game, it took 3 months, right? I think till February or even like late January. So 3 or 4 months till leaderboards were added and the combat record. I think that is kind of bizarre. Like, I feel like it is so unfinished, and that's one of the reasons why I think it failed. I mean, that is just bizarre. You launch a game and it took you 3 months. I mean, it would have been like a little different. It would have still been really disappointing if you got the combat record and all that. Maybe like a week after, but 3 whole months? I mean, it just felt unfinished, and I feel like a lot of people from the community can agree. And the multiplayer, it wasn't terrible, right? But I just felt like, again, the big deal and the whole point that I'm going to try to make is that it was just felt unfinished and unbalanced. And the camos, I mean, yeah, they updated them from the beta and the finished game, which I'm really glad. But then with specialists, you know, I know it may be a little hard to find some balancing issues with the specialists, because a lot of them, like the one I have right now, reactive armor, pretty much kinetic from Black Ops 3, which is not a bad thing that they took some of them from Black Ops 3 multiplayer to Infinite Warfare, because I loved some of them. Like kinetic armor, I loved. It feels a little bit weaker in this game, but that can also be due to the fact that in this game you die a lot quicker, which again is one thing that I don't necessarily really like. I love Modern Warfare 3 where you died like super quick, right? Fast-paced game, terrible spawns, so it's always like high-paced and really fast gameplay. But I love gunfights where you can actually still have a chance to be able to win in a gunfight even if you don't get the first shot. You know what I mean? Again, these are all just my opinions on the game. I just felt like it was unfinished. I mean, combat record and leaderboards, 3-4 months in the game, and then a lot of the balancing, and they did so many more changes to the multiplayer. It just felt unfinished. And the multiplayer experience wasn't terrible, but I don't think it was up to par with the other Call of Duties, especially, you know, with the new console and everything. And Ghost was the first one. I think Ghost actually was a good game. And then Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, amazing. And then now this was kind of more of a letdown. And this was actually my first game back on Infinite Warfare. I think I went 29-2 or something. And, ooh, Peace, they invited me. But yeah, I only have like, what, a day played and 8 hours. It's just, I didn't like it. Campaign, amazing, but the multiplayer, guys, I think it failed in my opinion. But I'm definitely excited for the new Call of Duty, and I'm probably gonna be making a video about that soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And YouTube, like always, ich werde euch nächstes Mal sehen.